Hey, make sure to go to househack.com/2024 to meet me at the roadshow. It's going on now. What even is a house hack? What is the easiest elevator pitch of a way to describe house hack? And then what is going on in this photo? Well, first, let's start with a simple elevator pitch just to make this as simple as possible. Imagine house hack is the Robinhood of real estate. So think fintech, think app, think creator of services. Then imagine mini funds are like stocks that trade on Robinhood. And so house hack creates the platform and stabilizes real estate and creates the mini funds that can be bought and sold and invested into individually. And house hack does all of that with zero fee. How does house hack make money? Well, it buys broken fixer-uppers and sells them for a fair market value as verified by an independent board looking at comps. So now all of a sudden, what you actually have is a very basic concept. You have a fintech where one business is taking poopy-doopy assets and turning them into quality assets. And once they're quality assets, they can be divided up into little slices people can invest into. We call those mini funds. And how do people invest? Well, they could potentially in the future use, let's say, a house hack software where people can select which mini fund do I want to invest in. Or they just invest directly through their own broker. But the idea is house hack is creating a way for people to invest in real estate for zero fee. Just like Robinhood helped people invest in stocks for zero commissions, house hack is doing that with zero fees in real estate. We're doing that by getting a good deal on the buy. That's it. I think that's an easier elevator pitch and hopefully makes it a lot simpler to understand. And then, of course, that begs the question is, well, does house hack actually operate any kind of software? And the answer to that is yes. We are not only building our own property management suite because, well, certainly we talked about this with our Silicon Valley friends over here yesterday. But think about this, property management company property management software company called Buildium raised money at a $700 million to over $1 billion valuation in the years just before COVID, with 17,000 properties using the Buildium software. We think to ourselves, well, gosh, I mean, if we make house hack sort of that Robinhood of real estate, we're going to have access to so much more real estate. We'll have cycled through so much more real estate that we need to have our own property management suite as well. And so that is what we're building. We're building our own management app so that we don't have to rely on another company and we can build it out the way we want and then streamline exactly how we screen tenants, conduct preventative maintenance, and of course, conduct repairs or renovations on properties. And that's all a big deal for us. So for us, a house hack is really the start of everything. It's the beginning of everything for making real estate accessible to normal people. And when I say normal people, I mean, I think most normal people in the long term may not be able to afford a home. And I think that's terrible. I think people should be able to buy real estate. But the reality is, whether it's regulation, the market, interest rates, qualifying, credit tightness, the BS of that you have to go through with, inspections and viewings and picking a property and title and inspections and repairs and contractor negotiations, it's a lot. So for us, we think at some point the burden of all of that will just become too great for people to do, and the cost benefit of it will be less unless people are getting good deals, like wedge deals. But that's hard for a normal family to do. So a normal family might end up just renting. Unfortunately, I think we're going in that direction where less people will own real estate. And so we want to be ahead of that curve where we're basically creating the Robinhood of real estate that lets people get into real estate for zero fee. But in this case, we're not just trading stocks for zero fee. What we're doing is we're also creating the product. So we're sort of the service provider. Hey, pick your zero fee mini fund. Which real estate investment would you like? You want a zero fee investment into short-term rentals? Want a zero fee investment into furniture or furnished rentals? Zero fee investment into commercial real estate, warehouse, or long-term rentals, whatever. Obviously, right now we're starting with single families and multifamilies, right? We're starting small and in one part of the country. And we're taking advantage of tax-preferred options like Delaware statutory trusts, which would allow people to 1031 into our mini funds and get essentially tax preferred yield on their investment. Now, obviously, talk to a CPA about how DSTs work, but that means you could 1031 out of real estate you own and manage and into a zero fee slice of real estate that we've stabilized. That's really amazing. Obviously, email us at ir@househack.com for more information on that. It's a little bit more complicated, and we're just trying to make this as simple as possible. But in the long term, that's the vision, is look, here, we made you a whole menu of different real estate options you could choose to invest in, all with zero fee. Why? Because you're just paying fair market value for the asset. Well, you'd be paying probably fair market value at any other real estate investment anyway. The difference is other companies are charging fees. Now, of course, always compare yourself. When you get a subscription agreement, go through it. Read what the fees are. Read what other investments are charging you and make a comparison. This isn't obviously any kind of personalized advice to tell you how to invest or whatever. It's just simply to show you a little bit of the vision of HouseHack. And I was thinking about this a lot yesterday after our event. I'll play a little bit of this event. This was SAC in San Jose. They actually let us out on the tarmac, which was pretty cool. But, we were able to chat and answer people's questions and discuss everything that people have questions or concerns or interests about when it comes to HouseHack or investing in HouseHack. That's pretty awesome. People are wonderful. People have great questions. And it made me think, okay, there's probably an easier way to explain the difference between HouseHack and mini funds. So HouseHack should be like Robinhood. Think like a growth investment. And then mini funds think, okay, just some slice of a company or an investment that I can invest into on Robinhood. So when you go, here, we'll do it together. We'll pull it up really quick. We'll pull up, let's just go, we'll go with Robinhood app. Robinhood app. Okay, great. And we'll just grab some images on Google. A little disclaimer here, of course. So here's Robinhood. So think HouseHack is like the provider of this app, but it's also the provider of the underlying baskets that you could buy shares in. Those underlying baskets are the mini funds. That's the, single family Florida fund, the multifamily Texas fund, whatever. And each of those have no fee to invest in. And then you could click on each of them and go, do I want to invest in that at that price? That fair market value. Do I agree that that's the fair market value? Whatever. And then really, HouseHack does something that nobody's done before. And they're able to create this system without having to deal with real estate commissions between when we acquire a property and roll it to the mini funds or all of the other headaches. So again, very simply, HouseHack, we think this is not a guarantee, right? So remember, an investment comes with risk, and every investment should be preceded by you reading the subscription agreement or the private placement memorandum, or frankly, both of those. So we think there's Robinhood, which is like HouseHack, which is fintech and provider of a zero-fee product. And we think of this as also being able to potentially in the future license out a property management suite like a Buildium or our Wedge Finder. Those are all the HouseHack stack. So if we do a property management play or something with the Wedge Finder that we own, the Wedge Finder AI, those are things that are all HouseHack IP. And so that's why we're raising money at $2 a share, which we think aligns with the $2 per book value that you see at American Homes for Rent and Invitation Homes, because that's our bare minimum, in my opinion. They're operating real estate companies. Okay, cool. But that's where they stop. So, in my opinion. So, they stop at $2 a share because they're operating real estate companies and they grow that base of real estate investing. Fantastic. We're an operating real estate company that wants to evolve into basically being this cash flowing fintech stack. That's the hope. Is that we can gain cash flow by rolling properties over to the mini funds at a profit determined by an majority independent board, and then potentially license some of our property management software or otherwise in the future and in the longer term, while also having a platform where people can go, oh yeah, I want to invest in that kind of real estate or that kind of real estate, that kind of real estate. So even though we are a real estate company, we buy real estate. Because we roll it, we're constantly and in perpetuity buying new deals. We're recognizing those wedges over and over and over again. See, that's one of the fun things I think about wedge deals is if somebody gave you $8 million tomorrow and you found a $10 million deal that you got for $8, That means you profited $2 million. But what do you do then? You can just sit around and forever say, hey, I made $2 million on $8 million. That's great. But you got to be able to repeat the cycle. So how does HouseHack repeat the cycle? By offering those zero-fee mini funds. So that hopefully is a better primer. Make sure to come to our roadshow, or remember to mark your calendar for May 1st for the deadline to invest in HouseHack if you are interested. And of course, after you read the subscription agreement and become aware of any risks associated with making an investment. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in HouseHack to always read the PPM at househack.com.